What's up, my hustlers? So, today I'm going to be talking about having the courage to change. So, I actually just got this idea extremely recently for this video. I got it from my dad because we were kind of just talking, and we were talking about myself and how I've definitely changed a lot. And I guess like you could say the past year, but really like the past 2-3 months, I've really been making like crazy changes. So, how I want to start this video is I kind of want to start off with the story. So, for me, I was, no, I'm not going to sit here and say that I was always very disciplined, like a very good, like I wasn't really a bad person, but I had bad habits, okay? So, I'd smoke a lot, I'd just party, drink, like, I wasn't really focused on anything, to be honest. I was really only focused on when am I gonna smoke weed next and where's my vape. It's really all I had to focus on, and that's not good. That's not really what you want your life's focus to be on, smoking weed and vaping. So I came across the idea of making changes in my life like probably about a year ago, and as you can see, I stalled very thoroughly on this whole process of like actually quitting and making this change. So I was watching some YouTube videos. I mean, I've always known that it's probably not the best thing to be smoking weed. You know, it lowers your ambition. Obviously, like vaping is terrible. I don't really need to get too into that. It's just common sense that that's just awful for you. So I want to make changes in my life. Why it took me so long to make these changes, I had to build up the courage to do it. All right, I'm not going to sit here and lie and say that I could just do this overnight. It was hard for me, okay? I thought about the friends that I had now. You know, I wasn't crazy popular in high school. I wasn't friends with everybody. I had a tight-knit group of homies. A very solid 6, 7, 8 guys who were really good friends. They're still great friends right now. But I thought, you know, if I was to change my ways, how would they look at me? How would these 7 friends that have been my literal like best friends, like nearly brothers for the past 4 years of my life, 4 or 5 years, how would they look at me if I was to change my ways and say, guys, I don't want to smoke anymore. I don't want to drink. I don't want to do this. Luckily, I got some good friends. They support me through this whole journey. They try to do better themselves, which is awesome, which I love to see, that I could help them really like get to their potential, their full potential. But yeah, another thing that made me like scared of this is like I didn't think people would take me seriously, to be honest. I post on Instagram pretty much every night, my 75 hard progress. I post a lot of motivational content there too. And I kind of just think like everybody knows me as this like degen kid that like just smokes weed all the time, is always trying to drink, always trying to party. Like who's gonna take me seriously? You know, they're gonna look at me like, oh, he's just being an idiot. He's going through a phase, all this stuff. When in reality, it's not a phase. It's just a way of life that I'm trying to really instill into myself. So it's always hard to make changes. You know, you got to build up the courage to make change. As you saw, it took me nearly, well, I mean, I always knew that I wanted to quit smoking weed ever since I knew that it was a bad habit of mine. And especially once it became a daily habit, I knew that this is not the way to do it. But it took me extremely long to actually do that because I had to build up the courage to make the change. Change is almost always a good thing. I say almost always because sometimes change could be a bad thing. You know, if you're doing the changes in the wrong way, you know, you're making changes to your life in the aspect of maybe you're drinking more often. That's the change to your life. Maybe you get into a relationship that doesn't work for you, that isn't benefiting you. That's another change. But that's not good. When you're making changes in the right ways, when you're making the change to like get up early, procrastinate less, and get your stuff done and work hard every single day, that's the change you want to make. That's the change that's going to make a difference in your life. And I don't mean a bad difference. I mean a fantastic difference. It's going to make you a happier individual. It's going to make you a more driven individual. And, the people who are maybe seeing you make these changes and they don't like you for it, they shun you away, you don't want them in your life anyway. Those are the terrible people. I recently saw this Instagram reel. It said, it was saying I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't party, I don't do all this stuff, and I'm a loser for this. But to be a loser in the eyes of somebody who I would never want to be like is a win to me. It was something along the lines of that. And I really resonated with that. That was great. I really resonated with how he said that, how he explained it, and really the whole message in general. If there's somebody out there trying to keep you from changing to be your best, you're just changing to get away from that person. You don't want to be like that person. That's not the type of person that you want to be like, who you want to even associate with. If you're taking action with yourself, it shouldn't matter what other people think. So, like I said before, I was thinking, people aren't going to take me seriously. They're not going to, they're going to look at me like, oh, this kid's, it's just, just Chris is being an idiot, trying to make fake changes in his life. It doesn't matter what people say. It doesn't even matter what people think of you. If you know that you're making changes in your life every single day, you're working hard every day, putting in your grind, it shouldn't matter at all what this person whom you maybe knew from high school says or thinks of you. Because they're not doing what you're doing. They're only saying these things because they're not doing what you're doing. And it's just shining a light on them not doing that. So they're saying, why would you make these changes? Why aren't you going to just come party? Dude, just live your life. This is me living my life. People don't understand that for me to live my life, it doesn't take to have to go out and smoke and drink and just party all the time. For me to live my life, I want to live a life of excellence. I don't want to live my life for 10 years, look back on it when I guess in 10 years I'd be 28. I was living my life and partying, drinking, not working hard. I look back on that and now my life is fucked up. I don't have anything going for me. I don't have the things that I want in life by then. Because instead of working hard, instead of grinding for what I wanted, I was wasting that time doing bad things. Just putting myself in a deeper and deeper hole. It doesn't matter what other people think. Do what you know is right. Everybody has a brain, okay? We all have a working brain here. We can all know what's right from wrong. And do what's right. That's all it is. Do what you know is right. Obviously, it's not right to be vaping or smoking cigarettes. Do what's right. So real change isn't going to happen overnight. That's a huge thing. I was super hard on myself in the beginning of my journey because I would try to quit all vices at one time. And that was hard. I'm not going to lie. That was hard, and I'd be extremely hard on myself at the end of the day when I would succumb to the pressure of my own mind and think, I need a cigarette, I need to smoke some weed. I was extremely hard on myself. But from where I've started to where I've come now, the change is ridiculous. And it's been a good 3 months. Maybe 2.5, 3 months. So you're not going to see results overnight. You're not. It's not an overnight personal excellence isn't an overnight process. It's something that you got to work towards every single day through discipline and through repetition. Every day you're getting what you got to do done, and the results are going to come. Don't even think about the results. Focus on the process of getting better. When you focus on that process, you're just so much more apt to really get the results that you want versus thinking, I haven't gotten what I want yet. That doesn't matter. Break it down and focus on the process of getting what you want and do it. Take actionable steps towards what you want. Simple as that. The results will come soon enough. The more you work, the more you focus on your own process and do your own thing and get yourself better, the results are going to come. It's just inevitable. It's very simple. Simple things. So having the courage to change, just do it. That's all I can really say. Just do it. It's going to be hard to change your ways, but do it while you're young. That's why I'm trying to do all this while I'm still young. Because imagine how hard it would be if I woke up and I was 50, trying to change my ways that I've cemented in my brain for 50 years. See, I only have the ways of being a degenerate for maybe 5 or 6 years under my belt. Those were 5 or 6 years wasted. It's 5 or 6 years that I'm not going to get back. But since I started, I have been doing so much better. All you have to do is start. Just start. And when I mean start, I don't mean start tomorrow. You start today. You start this second. If I can give you one actionable step, it's to start your journey. Stop messing around. Stop saying you're going to start. Words don't mean anything if you don't actually have actionable steps behind them. It's true. So yeah, I thought this was a pretty interesting topic. I like getting into it. If you guys want to let me know what you think I could do better, what I've done worse, as always, I love the feedback. So yeah, keep grinding, keep hustling. Weekend's coming up. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop hustling. I hope you guys are still hustling hard on the weekend. Every day, we're grinding every single day. Keep going. Don't take those losses. I'll see you guys later.